Hey guys, welcome back to Raise Create Cards. I'm so glad you're here with me. Again, my apologies that I did not manage to get a video up for you last week. I was feeling guilty after we got to our campsite, so I did film just that little snippet, and then I realized how loud all of the crunchy fall leaves were with each step I took, and I thought, this isn't going to work. So I did cut it really, really short, but we had a lot of fun, and I appreciate y'all understanding and coming back to see what we're going to be doing this week. And I'm seriously thinking of maybe uploading an extra video tomorrow for Saturday, okay? I just kind of feel like y'all missed out, and I kind of owe you one, okay? So, and it may not be a very long video. Nevertheless, I'll do my best to do two. Okay, I had told you all before, a couple of different times, that we would be revisiting the Kindest Gnomes stamp set, and I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to find a way to use it. And, we've done the W fold, and we've done the bridge card. In fact, the video I did with this previously, we did a really cute bridge card. And so we are going to do something a little bit different tonight. And before I forget, and of course I wrote it in red so I wouldn't forget, the card base, the dimensions for the scoring and the cutting for this card, I give all credit to Gloria Plunkett. She has a YouTube channel. I had not heard of her until recently. I happened to stumble across, don't even remember how now. And the name of her video is called The Easy Trifold Shutter Card. I will do my best to not forget to do a link to her video in the description below. The card she made was gorgeous. I loved it. And so I'm taking her idea for the card base, the scoring and the cutting, but she used totally different materials, totally different DSP in her card. However, it really is an easy card to do, just as she says in her description. Now, I have titled my video Center Cut Card. To me, that sounded right for me. I don't know how to explain it other than I kind of felt like, I was glad she put the word easy in there, but you get into trifold and shutter, and it just sounds more complicated than what it is. And so I'm just going to title mine Center Cut Card or Easy Center Cut Card. I'm not sure yet. When I get it uploaded and get the description and the title put in, I'll figure it out then. Anyway, I hope everyone has been doing really well. It's not going to be long, and Thanksgiving is going to be here, and it's like, wow, guys, wow. All right, so this is a piece of Poppy Parade because I am also using that coordinating DSP, and I never can remember the name of it. Storybook Gnomes. And we're going to be using a couple of different patterns out of that DSP. And the Poppy Parade is one of the colors. So we have Poppy Parade cardstock, and I've cut it in half at 5.5 by 11 inches. Okay, so I've cut it in half, and we are going to take and score this. All right, we're going to turn it long way, okay? And our first score is going to be at 1 3/4. I got my coffee sitting right over here next to me. I've got to be so careful. I'm not used to that. And then we're going to go down to 3.5. And then we're going to go down to 5.25. And then our last score is going to be at 7 inches. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to show up on video, but I'm going to try to hold this up and see if maybe you can see those score lines. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines. So now what we're going to do, we're going to rotate it where we got the short at the top. We're going to lay it in here to the 1.5 inch mark. So there's my 1.5. Now, what we want to do is cut from the 3rd score line up to the 1st score line. So I'm going to get my score blade out of the way. And as best I can with not having my head right over it, there's little lines right here on the side. You may not be able to see them on camera, but they're there. And I'm going to line it up as close to that line as I can. Right about there. And I'm just cutting up to that very first score line. Again, I'm looking at that mark on my blade. I think that's pretty close. We're going to pick it up. We're going to flip it. And again, put it to the 1.5 mark. And try to line it up. That first score line, which is now going to be way down here, and you can't see it, but I'm going to get that lined up and just go up to that 3rd score line, right about there, okay? And I can tell I went just a tiny little bit too far right there past that 3rd score line, if you can see that. But I don't think it's really going to matter. Now, I have pre-done all the cutting, but I will give you the measurements as I go. So, with the large field over here, this is going to be your right-hand side, okay? So, we're going to start on the very left-hand side, and we are going to fold it back. We're going to make a mountain. And then we are going to fold it forward on that 2nd score line. And then we are going to, I hope I'm doing this right, guys. Then we're going to fold it back. And then we're going to fold it forward. Now, there's one thing we have to do. So this section right here where we cut it, we want this part to pop out. You see what I'm saying? So there we have that. And I almost called it a different W fold, because when you pick that up, looky there, there's your W. Okay, so you're going to start out, you're going to fold, you're going to have your mountain, your valley, your mountain, your valley. Okay, and let me get my bone folder, and we're going to burnish all of those folds and get that as crisp as we can get it. I think things always lay better and go better when we do that. Even if I wasn't making this video and by myself in my card room, I would do that. All right, now you are going to want to cut out of some DSP, or you can make your own DSP either way, okay? We want 2 pieces that are 1.5 by 5 1/4. And this is a pattern that I picked, okay, 1.5 by 5 1/4. And these pieces, one is going to go here, and one is going to go here, right here. So let's go ahead and glue that on. Oh my goodness, you could use this for birthday cards. In Gloria's video, she did a fall / thank you card, a Thanksgiving card. So I'm just going to lay this right in here. Am I still in camera? I am. Try to get my borders even. Oh my goodness, guys, I've been up since early this morning. I was so excited to be off from work. Had so many things to do. Did I get them all done? Why, of course not. Do we ever get everything all done? I don't know. But tomorrow, we've actually got some pretty mild daytime temps. It's going to be up in the high 60s pretty much the rest of the week, as far as I know. And we've had a couple of frosts lately, and so the zinnias in my front flower bed are looking so sad. And so it is time to cut them out and clean that up and clean that out. then get ready for next year. I've actually ordered some zinnia seeds. They are a different form of zinnia than what I planted this year. But I wanted to get some that would be annuals that will come back every year. And I think annuals, perennials. And I do believe these are going to come back. They're an heirloom zinnia that I bought from rareseeds.com. So I'm excited. I'm already looking forward to next year. Okay. All right, we have those two pieces down. And now what we want to do is get some DSP of a different pattern. And we want 4 pieces that are cut 1.5 by 1 1/4. And I've got mine right here. And basically, it's the back side of the same DSP here. Almost always, you're going to find that you will like the back side and how it looks on the same card, because Stampin' Up! Does such an excellent job of doing all that coordinating so that we can use the front and back. Now, you know, there's been times maybe I didn't want to use the other side on the same card, and you'll find that too, but for the most part, yeah, it'll line up and be so pretty together. And I truly had a hard time picking out the DSP for that, because I like every single pattern that is in that DSP. I like it all. And I really like this pattern because it doesn't matter if you turn it this way or this way. There is no right or wrong on that particular pattern. So we're going to fill this in. And no, I did not make a card in advance. I simply looked at my materials and decided on my color scheme, decided on my DSP, and went ahead and pre-cut what I needed. So no, I don't have a card already done. You are watching right along with me as I'm doing this for the first time. And I did cut an extra piece, just in case. I don't know. It was there. I cut it. Oh my goodness, I got a big old glue booger on my bottle. Oh goodness. I'll have to get a hold of that. Alright, and I'm going to lay this in here. Just kind of try to make sure they're kind of together. And, I got glue. I can get some of that off. I got to get that little glue booger off my bottle. So irritating. All right. And let me get my adhesive eraser, my well-loved adhesive eraser, and just very gently move that off. And y'all just overlook my manicure. I've already been chipping it and gouging it, and you know, I'm not one of those women that is content to paint her nails and sit around for an hour while it all sets up. My nail polish actually dries pretty fast, but not fast enough, right? Okay, now we have got another piece to put on the inside. If I can find it in my mess here. That's not it. Oh my goodness, I may have to cut a piece. Let me see what I've got here. All right, let me get my basic white, because I need to cut a piece for right here. And I know I had it, but you know how that goes. I had it, I've covered it up, I've done something. And so we're going to cut it. Now, my measurement on this piece is going to be different than what she tells you in her video. Do use whichever size you are comfortable with. She used some of the DSP strips on this layer, which made a difference in the outcome. And I chose not to do that, so I am cutting mine at 3 3/4 by, let's see, what am I cutting that at? Look at my cheat sheet over here. I think it was by 5 1/4. I don't see it over there. I may have not written it down. But we're going to do that at 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And Let's now see if that is appropriate. Yep, that's not bad. So before we put that down, I'm just going to lay that to the side. Now, you're also going to want, and I chose to go with the Pacific Point because that is also in this DSP. You are going to want one piece of the Pacific Point that is, well, this one is 2.5 by 2 1/4, okay? And the white piece is 2 1/4 by 2. And then this piece is 1.5 by 2 1/4. And the white piece is 1 1/4 by 2. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and layer them together. There's not really a whole lot of stamping that I'm going to do on here. So we're just going to go ahead and glue it on there and then do the stamping. Am I almost out of camera range? All right, let's get this going and center that up the best I can. And I feel guilty for not doing more Thanksgiving and fall cards. I love, 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 love it. Every day I go outside and I'm looking at the blue sky and the sunshine on all those bright, almost a neon yellow leaf. It's just so drop dead gorgeous. Just takes my breath away. And we got a little bit of rain night before last. I woke up every time it started. I don't think I got to sleep before 2:30 in the morning. Oh, me. It was funny. And still had to go to work. So, it was all good. All right. This skinny little piece is going to go right here. And first, I want to stamp. I told you I was going to use that star stamp out of the Christmas lights set. So I'm going to bring in my Pool Party ink. And I know I pre-mounted that stamp. Here it is. All right. And I just want to put just a couple of them in the Pool Party. Just a couple. Ooh, that could have been bad. Y'all don't ever do that, do you? Oh, heavens, I do it all the time. Oh, my word, I do. Oh, heavens. All right. But, you know, even though I couldn't get a video done for you in time last week, hold on, guys. I've got to take my sweater off. I am absolutely burning up in here. It might help to raise a window. All right. So we've got that on there. And then what I did is I took the dies in the that coordinate with the Kindest Gnomes, and they are called the Gnomes dies, okay? And I simply took one of these, and I took that longest little branch, and I cut a mushroom out of pale papaya, because again, that is a color, and that is actually the color of the mushrooms in this DSP. And I just wanted to put that on there. And I'm wondering if that made that a little bit too busy, putting those on. But it's okay. We're going to power through this. Just little bits of glue. There we go. And we're just going to kind of pop that on there. We're going to let him curve a little bit. A lot of times in nature, your mushrooms don't go straight anyway, right? And now we can take that and put that in the card. All right. And bring this down. Bring this in. And, all right, there we go. And you know, despite me not having a video up last week, I did gain some new subscribers, and I thank you. If you're here watching, if you're listening, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much more than you know. All right, we're going to leave this for just a second, and I want to take my inside piece that we cut, and I want to stamp in Poppy Parade, I want to stamp Merry Christmas on the inside. And let me kind of bring that down relatively straight. And hopefully stamp it relatively straight. Okay, I love those fonts. I could stamp it 100 times and not get tired of it. Okay, let me get that one clean, laid to the side. I've tried and tried and tried to make myself not clean my stamps while I'm on video. Guys, I haven't learned how to do that yet. Maybe one day I will, but I haven't learned yet. All right, we are going to take this little gnome. I love him because he's like he's peeking out and he's got a message, which in this case is Merry Christmas. Now, what I haven't decided, I did a little bit of practice stamping here, and I'm not sure if I want him in there full strength or if I want him stamped off. Do I want him just really pale? I don't know. I think we're just going to go full strength. If it's wrong, you know, I'm going to roll with it. So I'm going to plop him down here in the corner with his cute little face coming out from under the hat. And got that put away. And we got him all cleaned up and ready for another go when he is needed. Okay, and then we're going to glue this in. And we're almost done, guys. How short is that? Isn't that awesome? I rather enjoy having my pieces pre-cut because I'm always terrified that I'm going to forget to do something and omit something in a video like I did on the tag video. So in that tag video from a couple of weeks ago, I told you I had something I wanted to show you. Did I? No, I totally forgot. So, oh, and I don't remember the name of the vellum. I'll put it in the description below. It's that Christmas vellum that is in the holiday catalog, the mini catalog. Okay, so this is the one that has the little flocked circles, snowflakes. To me, they represent snowflakes. And I thought, ooh, I bet that would be so cute to take Stampin' Blends and maybe color that. No. Here's what happened. You see real close where they're missing? Something about the alcohol or the ink that is in our Stampin' Blends, it like ate them up. Can you see where it was eating into that one and that one? So if you're going to color, don't color on the flocked side. Then I took a piece of this and I took a brush, a blending brush, with just a little bit of a balmy blue, and I brushed over it. Now, here's the thing. I took my heat tool, and I dried on it, and it was still coming off. I let it go for a day at room temp, and it was still trying to come off. When I got back from camping, I couldn't get any of it to come off. So was that feasible? Probably not. Probably not feasible to try to color. This is not the exact same vellum that you order in the annual catalog. It is not as thick. It somehow is made so much different. But it's gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, it is downright gorgeous. So then, on that with the white, I thought, okay, and I took my Stampin' Blends, but do you see how streaky that was? I mean, it was so streaky, and I couldn't make it blend out like you can with their regular vellum. At that point, I gave up, and I thought, nope, you know, the best thing to do if you want to color it is to put a piece of colored cardstock under it. And so, believe it or not, this is specific point that I put behind it. Okay, I left that open so I could show you. Used specific point, did white heat embossing, 'tis the season. Cut out a green Christmas tree and put the detailed die over top in the white, and I stamped it. I stamped the shaded spruce on white cardstock and then used the white outline die to put over that, and that was the tag. And I thought that would be really, really cute for a kid, maybe. You know, kid, whether you're 8 or 18. And then our pearlized enamel effects, and I didn't get this far with it, but I thought how cute to put some little red baubles on the tree. Wouldn't that be cute? So, that is what I forgot to tell you. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your materials trying to use stamping blends on here. I didn't try with any other mediums, but yeah, that it just didn't work for this particular vellum. Although, I'm really liking this now that it, and how long did it take it to dry? I have no idea. I was not here. Okay, so enough of that. Onward and upward, right? Okay, so here is the inside of our card, and now we are going to get ready to attach this one. And before we attach that one, I want to bring back in my Poppy Parade, and I want to bring in from the Hope and Peace set, the With Love and Hope, and we're going to ink that up. And in trying to lay this out before doing the video, I need to kind of come up more toward the top than toward actually being in the middle on this side. And I'll show you why here in just a second. All right, we're going to get that and ever so quickly clean that. Okay. And, okay. We are going to go ahead and glue this on here, trying to keep... Did I not cut that right? Did I cut it wrong? Oh gosh, did I cut that wrong? I needed that 1.5 by 5 1/4. What did I cut that at on that specific point? I needed it 2.5 by 2 1/4. This should be 2.5. Yeah. By 2 1/4. Yeah. Oh, I know what I did. Hang on, guys. Oh my goodness. I've got a scrap here where I had my scraps out. Let's cut another piece very quickly. You know, I'm always so afraid to do a video at the end of the day when I've been doing so very many different things. So there's my 2.5. Let's go 2 1/4. Yep, I turned my cardstock the wrong way. It's not that I cut it wrong. And now I need a scrap of white, and I just had my basic white. And here's a scrap piece that's got some stuffs on it. All right, and for my white, I need 1.5 by 1 1/4. No, I need 2 1/4 by 2. So let's go 2 1/4, 2 1/4 by 2. But yeah, I mean, if I told you all the things I've done today, you would think, wow, that lady's losing it. But I've got so many projects that I'm behind on, and I want to do them. I want to get them done. But I had to kind of pick and choose on my time today to make sure that I had a card design and idea for you that was going to be worth doing. So, give me just a second. If you haven't already figured it out, I'll show you what I did wrong just now. So, I did cut it right, but because one side is a little bit longer than the other side, it's not a true square. It's more of a rectangle. So, I should have turned it this way, not this way. All right. Now, Where were we? All right, we kind of wanted this right here. Yeah. And so I'm going to go ahead and now get my Poppy Parade back out. Get my With Love and Hope back out. Let's stamp this. Not quite all the way to the top, but not quite halfway down either. There we go. Got it. And I love stamping with that stamp set. Every stamp that I've picked up from the Hope and Peace stamps true. You don't have to finagle with it. You don't have to, you know, hold your mouth right or anything. They just stamp so well. The Merry Christmas, you saw me stamp that. Came out really nice. All right, now we're going to take this and lay that in there with even borders around the top and here and here. And if my card is not exactly like Gloria's, by all means, if you like hers better, replicate hers. Give her a shout out. Definitely give her a thumbs up. Because our crafting community, it's all about supporting each other, right? And giving each other credit where credit is due. And you'll never find me getting an idea from somewhere else without giving full credit. Absolutely. And I've been seeing some videos pop up in my feed lately from some very talented demonstrators that were kind of similar to some ideas that I had been working on. So I may have to start over because I don't want to feel like I'm copying either. Okay, out of that DSP, I took the Mushroom House die and I cut this one out. And I thought it might be kind of cute to have that little mushroom house just kind of over here to the side. It's almost too busy a DSP for this, but I think we can make it work. And I'm only going to put glue, oh, on that side too. I wanted to use that too on this card. Just didn't get it made to work. So, just didn't have time, guys. I didn't. I've been busy. Oh, one of the treasures that I found when we went camping out of state was some wine sap apples. So I bought a bunch of them, brought them home, got them cored, peeled, sliced, and dehydrated. Oh my heavens, they came out so good. And despite what I thought was a generous amount of apples, I got one full quart jar out of it. So I may be going back up there just to get more, because you never see wine sap apples for sale in a grocery store. I don't know if there's a local source or not, but they were so incredibly good. All right, guys, here is that card. What do you think? What would you call it if this was your video? Center cut card? Trifold shutter card? I mean, I don't know. Do you like it? I hope so. Guys, I hope that I have done you right after missing last week. And I hope that I can get another video uploaded for you for Saturday. If I do, I will release it at 8 a.m. just like I do my Friday videos. I do have an idea in mind, and so we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, y'all be blessed. Have a great, great weekend, and we will talk later. Bye.